Hey guys, and welcome to another Trains with Shane video. I'm sorry this video is coming a little bit late. It should have posted on Monday. I just didn't have time to record it and put it together and all that stuff because life keeps getting in the way as it does, you know, and I go through little bouts of not being motivated or wanting to do anything and, you know, normal people stuff, I would assume. But anyway, this past Saturday, which it's Monday now, we had our kind of a biannual North Texas Model Railroad show in Plano that is put in by the North Texas Association of Model Railroad Clubs or something like that. Here's one flyer that I picked up from one group that was there. I will probably end up checking them out at some point, but this is just a kind of a quick and dirty video about the pickups and what I got. Picked up a lock with key, MKT Railroad. I don't know if you can see that, but it does say MKT RR on it. Probably from around the 1980s. It does work. It's pretty cool. Here's the either, I guess, in brass or copper key. It's also marked MKT, although it's somewhat worn. It's got some use on it. I think the guy was trying to liquidate what he had because I didn't pay $60 for this. Also, move you guys around to here. I bought this poster. Had to have it. Interestingly, it wasn't in the pile on the table. I looked through the pile real quick and asked him, hey, you guys have any MKT? And this one came out from behind the chair. So, scored that. It's 20 by 16. I'm going to get a frame for it. Very happy to have this. This right here is pretty much what I saw growing up as a kid in the late 80s in Carrollton. A line of MKT greenies pulling mixed freight. As a matter of fact... Okay, yeah, that has a car. For a second there, it looked like it may have been like a Missouri Pacific thing or something. Anyway, bought that. And lastly, these two locomotives here. The budget wasn't very big for this show. I've been spending way too much money making these videos, so it's been getting kind of slim. So the videos may be slow coming out. I've got stuff that I've just not filmed, so there's stuff to do. I just haven't gotten around to it, but probably no new purchases for the rest of the year. So these two locomotives, if you guys remember a while back, I had a series of 3 or 4 videos where I had 3 red MKT early Kato units. I think 2 of them were GP7s and one of them was an RS3, and a white GP9 that was Atlas. That was Kansas City Southern. All of those came from what was basically an estate sale. The widow of a gentleman who had a pretty big local collection was selling off, and I bought those locomotives the first time I saw them last October. When I saw them again at basically the same show, but it happens twice a year. It happens in February, I think it was. They were there again. I didn't buy any locomotives that time, but I bought several boxcars and I think maybe a open top hopper or something like that. Most of them were Kansas City Southern. And I had seen this locomotive there, and I kind of waffled on it and ended up not buying it, and later regretting that. But luckily they were there again on Saturday, which they had said that they were previously thinking back in February of just selling to a large entity the whole collection at once and let somebody else liquidate it. But luckily they were there again, and I picked up these two locomotives. They were both told to me as having DCC, and if this one is what I think it is, then it really made the purchase is worth it. They wanted $70 a piece for them, or excuse me, $80 a piece for them. I offered less and got them for less. Let's take a look at this one first. This one I'm absolutely sure I know what it is. This is a Fairbanks Morris Atlas. Pretty good shape. That's a greasy Shane fingerprint right there. Very obviously Atlas, as you can see. No denying what that was. Not an inexpensive unit if you want to purchase it online. I've seen them on eBay and have not bought them because even in just DC form, folks are wanting $100 for them. Unfortunately, these didn't come with boxes, which a lot of times is the way of things when you're dealing with estate sales. But the main event was this right here. Not just because it's Kansas City Southern, but if you notice, it's got separately applied rails here. We're missing one horn, but that ain't too bad. Got a Magnum-matic coupler on the back. Spring-loaded boot back here. And it's number 5. This is an E6, I think, E6A. You guys see that? Get you zoomed in here. Maybe this will come out a little better. Nice looking unit. The blue sticker here signifies that it was DCC. But no identifying marks as far as maker goes. But I was pretty sure I knew what this was. And let me show you why I was pretty sure that I knew what this was. You gotta zoom back out because it bears a striking resemblance to this, which is road number 4. So what I think we have here is the other road number counterpart to this Broadway Limited E6. And in looking at my old E6 here, which it's only Paragon 2, but it's pretty good, I confirm that it is in fact Broadway Limited, which I realize isn't everybody's cup of tea. They are certainly controversial. Some people hate them and have never had one that worked right. Other people have had them and never had an issue. Thankfully, so far, fingers crossed, I'm one of the latter. I've never had an issue, and I own, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 5, half a dozen of them, I guess. All of which I've purchased used, and they all worked. Each of these will be getting their own Will It Run videos. I just don't have time to do that right now. This was more of a check out what I picked up at the train show haul. And that's about it, guys, really. Chris and I basically did one big loop around the whole place, went in all the little rooms and checked out what everybody was offering, but aside from 1 or 2 sellers, the prices were either at retail or higher. So you'd at most be saving yourself shipping charges, you know. So by my estimation, there weren't a whole lot of good deals to go around. There were some clinics, some how-tos. Nothing that I was interested in going on at the time of day that we were there. We were there early, around 11 o'clock a.m. And they didn't have any scenery stuff going on that I was interested in until about 2, and I wasn't going to hang around that long just doing nothing. So we just bought. Chris didn't buy anything this time, which is weird. And I had, like I said, a very small budget. Um, so I'm happy with the pickups that I found. I almost bought a layout, but some dude beat me to it. I wouldn't have ended up with this stuff though if I had. There was a little in-scale layout that this club was selling, and I was going to try to figure out how to take that whole dang table apart, fit it in the back of a Camaro, just so I could get it, but it didn't work out that way. Like I said, someone beat me to it, which is okay. I'll just secretly hate him forever. LOL. But that's it, guys. Like I said, I am going to take a look at what these guys have to offer. They're over, I think, in Allen, I think, which is just north of Plano. I think that's this group. I'll have to check it out, unless these guys are over near the Gaylord Texan, which is a resort hotel over in Grapevine, which is way too far for me to go on a regular basis. So anyway, I think I'm going to end this one here, guys. Look forward to the Will It runs on these. I may do them in the same video. I may do them separate. But that's going to do it for this episode of Trains with Shane. In the meantime, I want to wish you guys a good day. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon.